So Tesla sales in the UK and Germany continue to crash into April. Meanwhile, BYD sales are surging in Europe. That's the story for today. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm JJ. Welcome back. You can see this headline here. Tesla sales crash after being only positive market in Europe. So it was a positive market. It's turned negative, really the last market in Europe to turn negative, and it's done so in a big way. Meanwhile, Tesla sales in Germany continue to fall despite the Model Y, the new Model Y, the refreshed Model Y. It seems to be not helping. And we can see here wider across Europe for April, Tesla registrations plunge across Europe. Early year sales slide continued last month. Year over year change in April registrations. We can see various countries in Europe here. Spain minus 36%, Germany minus 46, Belgium minus 55, France minus 59, and the UK minus 62. So it's gone from positive to deeply negative in the UK. Denmark bigger, minus 67. The Netherlands minus 74, and Sweden a whopping minus 81%. So really, it's not looking good for Tesla in Europe right now. But meanwhile, as I said, BYD takes the spotlight in the heart of Europe after sales surged by 750% in April. So, meanwhile, Elon Musk seems to be in denial. This funny meme here. Elon announces further delay in full self awareness. Remember, he said about the protest that people were being paid, sort of in denial, but there's only so long that they can keep this line that everything is fine when sales across Europe are dropping. So it's going to be very interesting across the rest of this quarter and into the rest of the year. And they're meant to be launching robo taxis. So back to the UK story, Tesla has seen its electric vehicle sales crash in the UK after being the only positive market in a disastrous first quarter in Europe. It was really disastrous, and it seems to be even getting worse, not better. Over the past few months, we have extensively reported on Tesla's cratering sales in Europe. This is from Electric. During the first quarter, Tesla deliveries have crashed in every single European market except for one, and that was the UK, but that has now changed. The only exception was the UK, they say, where Tesla sales were actually up 6% in the first quarter, so only marginally up, but it was up, which was actually surprising to see. As we reported, Tesla has been heavily discounting leases of the new Model Y in the UK compared to other European markets. In addition, EVs were exempt from the luxury car tax for vehicles worth £40,000 or more, but the exemption ran out on April the 1st, which pushed people to buy more EVs in Q1 2025. Okay, so that accounts for that positive in the UK only in the first quarter. Now that has gone. Tesla sales are also crashing in the UK. And as I've reported over the past week, there's a lot of competition in Europe now. In fact, in many places in the world, the competition has caught up. The market released its April registration numbers and confirmed that Tesla delivered only 512 electric vehicles in the UK last month. Wow, that's not many, really, considering that this is meant to be, the biggest EV maker in the world, supposedly, but that could be changing. That's down 62% compared to the same period last year and 65% compared to the first month of Q1. This is happening amid the availability of the new Model Y. And Tesla is still holding dozens of heavily discounted old Model Ys in new inventory in the UK. So it's still trying to get rid of those old Model Ys, but the new ones coming out, and people aren't really buying it in great numbers either. Tesla's reputation has significantly degraded in the last few months, primarily due to its CEO Elon Musk's political involvement. No kidding. In Europe, it's definitely poignant that it is Europe that's seeing the big declines here, given the history of the 20th century with fascism and him supporting far right parties, especially in Europe. He says the AfD party is centrist, but A lot of people have called him out on that. Even his own Grok AI has called him out on that. If you ask Grok, it says no, that's not the case. Musk is seen by many as having financed the rise of fascism and authoritarianism in the US through his political and financial backing of Donald Trump, who has been defying court orders, deporting people without due process, and engaging in activities that use his political office to enrich himself and his cronies. So, all those things are part of authoritarianism. It's the authoritarianism, the fascist playbook, all of those things, and all happening in the first 100 days. So, that's people aren't blind to what's going on there. Oh no, now even the UK is down, Electric says, and not just down, but down 62% year on year. Tesla is rapidly going from being the market leader in Europe to becoming a niche automaker. Imagine that. Imagine if that happened. There are still some delusional fans who are holding on to the idea that this is not happening, though. So, this is Alex on X, who is one of the evangelicals, definitely an influencer. Tesla vehicle sales are doing fine in Europe, he says. The narrative pushed by the media using the low sales data from April to make the case that Tesla sales is collapsing in Europe isn't supported by facts, but fiction, really. April sales had indeed been weak, as has January, but that doesn't change the overall picture, as the first month of a quarter is usually weak. Well, it's been going on for longer than that. Once the expected low cost model is pushed out, the overall picture will change again in Tesla's favor. Well, we'll have to see what happens. I'm pretty doubtful of that. And Electric says yes, the first month of each quarter is lower than the rest due to lower inventory, but Tesla increased its inventory last quarter. And we are also comparing it to the same month last year, which was also low. As I said, this has been going on for some time, incrementally down. And this headline back to Germany, Tesla sales in Germany continue to fall despite new Model Y. So they've started to ramp the Model Y production at the Gigafactory in Berlin. Remember, they have that big factory in Berlin, right in Europe. The American automaker has seen its European sales cut roughly in half. So we're going to have a look at more of this article to see some detail. But in the meantime, if you're getting value out of this episode, I really appreciate it if you remember to hit that like button to help the algorithm to spread it to more people. It really does help. Thanks. So Electric says Tesla in Germany. Germany was the last major European market to report registration for April. It confirmed that battery electric vehicle sales were up 53%. This is overall sales in Germany for EVs up 53%, which is a pretty incredible number. According to registration data, Tesla delivered only 885 vehicles in Germany in April 2025, despite a surging EV market. It's down 46% year on year and 31% from the first month of the disastrous first quarter of 2025. So, down from a disastrous quarter is even more disastrous. So Electric looks at Tesla in Europe. Tesla blamed its first quarter performance on the Model Y changeover, but claimed that production was back to normal in April. Yes, sales are not recovering in Germany or elsewhere in Europe. So it really is not looking good for Tesla. With only a few small markets left to report April registrations, it looks like Tesla won't even break 7,000 units delivered in Europe. That's down roughly 50% from April 2024. Really not looking good. And here we can see a graph of what's been happening there, trending down. The downtrend since Tesla's 2023 high. So the high was way back in 2023, but is clear. And it has accelerated in Q1 2025, both due to the Model Y changeover. Yes, they have to change over. They have to change the factory. They have to ramp it up. But also, Electric points out the brand damage, which I've been talking about on this channel for a long time. Elon really has damaged the brand, despite people saying that's not the case. Now, Tesla is running out of excuses for its poor European performance. Yes, indeed. And early data from May continue to point to worse performance than the first quarter with the new Model Y availability. If Tesla can't show signs of recovery in Q3 with its full lineup, I think it's fair to expect demand collapse for Tesla in Europe. Does look like that's the case. And meanwhile, BYD takes the spotlight in the heart of Europe after sales surge by 750% in April. I think that's off a fairly low base, but they really are expanding in Europe. China's EV leader is quickly making a name for itself in Europe, Electric says. In April, BYD outsold Tesla in Germany and the UK as sales surged in the region. Wow, so outselling Tesla now. With new models on the way, this looks to be just the start of BYD's global sales run. So I've looked at reviews lately of the BYD C Line 7 versus the Model Y, and it's favorable, sort of neck and neck, really. And in different prices in different markets, Australia BYD is less than Tesla. I'm not sure about Europe. In the UK, it's actually about the same. I did see that in the review. BYD sales outpaced Tesla in Germany and the UK in April. BYD is like a freight train now, Electric says. There's no slowing its roll. The company sold over 380,000 new energy vehicles last month, up 21% from April 2024. And according to the latest sales numbers released by the German Federal Road Traffic Agency, BYD even outsold Tesla in Germany, Europe's largest auto market. So, what do you think about this? Do you think that Tesla will continue to decline in the UK and Germany and indeed across Europe? We saw those numbers. It's looking bad. Now, I have put this on a forum and I got some pushback from Tesla bulls. I knew there would be there. I went there specifically to post there. And they were saying, it's just registrations, it's not sales. It takes a while for registration. So, as Electric says, it's only so long that people who think that this is just an anomaly because of the Model Y changeover, and it's not because of Elon, it's not because of his political leanings. What do you think? Let me know in the comments what you think. I'd really like to know what you think. Do you think the decline is going to continue and BYD is on the rise there? And that's not to mention the European car makers. There's so much competition. I mean, this is in the heart of Europe. Germany's a big car maker. There are car brands there. So can Tesla actually survive there, or is it finished for Tesla in Europe? Let me know what you think. And right now, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to put a related video right there and also a subscribe link on screen. Do subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. And thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one.